Good morning. This is Dr. Rhonda Farrow, the success strategist, bringing you week 25 of Spotlight on Success. This week, we're going to talk about the 6 tips to becoming a more successful entrepreneur and leader. Why? Because everyone, no matter where you're at in your journey, can harness these 6 thought leadership pieces to build, scale, grow, or enhance your momentum no matter what stage of business you are in. This will apply to new and nascent team leads as much as it will apply to very experienced business leaders, as well as solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, or large company executives. Why? Because we go back to the basics of what is most important for us to be showing up as, so that we can bring that value and that impact and that continuous innovation and growth to the organizations that we serve. Even when we are aligning to an organization that we have founded, which we are scaling and are growing, our focus is the intent to add value and enhance our world, our globe, with better services, better products, better innovations to create workforces for the future, to enhance our community so that we uplift and empower the quality of life for many people around the globe. So without further ado, let's get started. At the core of why we do what we do is our plan, right? Our strategic plan, our strategic framework. This is key to be able to operationalize and optimize in later stages. So we need to continuously understand, are we aligned to our why? Have we captured that in our strategic framework? Are we serving with our products and our services and our partnerships and our patents and our relationship building and the clients that we're choosing to work with and the partners that we're choosing to work with and the people that we're inviting into our organizations to take on this phenomenal journey with us? Is this aligned to our why? Is this aligned to our passion? Is this aligned from an ikigai standpoint to areas that we can monetize, right? We need all of those. We need to be strongly aligned to the North Star. We need to really be able to show up every day and authentic, because this is our head and heart and mindset. And then we need to be doing this at a scale that has value and positive impact and is creating success for many. And the plan is the key, right? We need to have it defined with enough detail so that we can create an action plan, so that we can create an investment plan, so that we can resource appropriately. If big, in-depth, mature strategic frameworks and planning is not your jam, that's fine. Two things, right? We can write it on the back of a napkin, and we can help get us a partner in talking about Dan Sullivan's Who Not How, who can help us flesh out that part, right? Because the more specific we can create this vision, our vision, through this plan, and the more honed we can get those targets, and the more quicker we have outlined our action plan and are working that not only on an annual, quarterly, monthly, weekly, but a daily basis, the faster we're going to see results, right? So the plan is key. I can't stress the fact that having a plan, no matter if it's on the back of a napkin or it's in a automated format, dashboard, scorecard with automated data collection, analysis, and reporting. Whatever that looks like for you at this stage in your journey, that's where you need to be. But have a plan if you don't want, mature the plan if you have one. And if you are moving to the place of AI and automation, work with some experts to help you get the data-driven results that you need to be able to pivot and invest most strategically. The next is innovation and adaptation, right? typically in prior decades, right, we would be going at this a little bit more slower. We may do this once a year, once every 3 year, once every 5 year, because we would have laid out our strategy and our plans accordingly on those longer time. Now, given the nascency of the global promulgation of AI, the faster rate of technology, the shortened role and responsibility timeline for many of our leaders and our workforce, right? Our tour of duties are getting shorter and shorter compared to prior generations. And so we need to be more flexible. We need to be more adaptive. We need to be more innovative with regard to not only the products and services, but our business models, not only for our organizational construct, but for our executives, our leaders, our teams, our SMEs, our partnerships, et cetera, right? So the innovation and adaptation really, where before we would have seen that in our innovative portfolio, now we're seeing it in every aspect, our lives, our strategic portfolio, our business models, the technologies we harnessed, the multi-generation leader and a workforce that we're going to be pulling from in order to strategically insert across people, process, and technologies exactly what we need to scale to the next level. So again, we talked about in that plan in prior sessions, are you 2xing? Are you 5xing? Are you 10xing? Are you 25xing, right? It's up to you how far, how fast you want to go. But to undergird that, we need to innovate and adapt to be able to enable you all to scale, right? We need to ensure that we have a readiness. We need to ensure that we are putting in the proper building blocks, and we need to ensure that we are harnessing the data so that we understand if we're scaling at the rate that we've stated is most important to us, or wherever you currently are now and what your runway looks like. The next is strengthening customer IQ. We can create products, services, change our business model, create new partnerships, but unless we truly know who the customers are we want to serve, what matters most to them, and not only where they're at today, but in the words of the great Gretzky, we want to be skating to where the puck will be, because that's the power move, right? So we need to take what they're saying today, take what they're saying they want, and leapfrog so that in some cases we disrupt. So they are provided the thing that they didn't even know yet they needed, and they love it, right? And that's the scaling. That's the strategic chess moves that you allows your organization to scale exponentially. Next is building resiliency and flexibility, right? Every time we pivot, every time we try something new, we're going to have tests. Did A work? Did B work better? Did C work or did D work better? Did E work or did F work better? Exactly. And every time we get to the results, we're going to tweak and we're going to tweak and we're going to tweak and we're going to innovate and we're going to adapt, right? And so this resiliency and flexibility, we need to be putting in place in that balanced portfolio analysis, those guardrails, the control framework to help us understand, hey, I said in month X or year Y, here's a decision point. Here is what we've done to date. It's now time for our checkpoint. Where are we? Have we met from a products and services? Did we not meet? Are we above and we're excelling? And how can we utilize that knowledge to innovate further? Do we have to stop fielding a product or a service because it's not serving us? Or do we have to innovate around the product and or the supporting services to get it to the level where we can make it more profitable? If we are profitable, is there a way to exponentially scale that or to harness that for investment back into those strategic portfolio products and services that are just nascent and starting out? So we want to be having prototypes. We want to be having new and nascent. We want to be having our cash cows, right? It should be a balanced portfolio of products and services across all stages of growth, not only to minimize rate, but because that's how we scale most exponentially. And it's okay to let go, right? We have to learn to let go of those things that are no longer adding to our revenue base and is costing us lots of money, right? If we thought we were going to get a certain ROI and we're not, it needs to be like our investment, right? We just need to do it. We're done with that product or and our service because we have not hit our threshold. We tried A and B and C. Here was the timeline. Now we need to let that go. But it doesn't mean that somebody else can't harness and utilize that, right? So what's our salvage value for something that doesn't fit into our portfolio, but may fit into someone else's portfolio, right? So we have to be thinking about outside the box constantly. We're not going to throw it away. We're going to try to sell it because that's, again, will help us scale exponentially. Next, strategic investments. This is exactly what we talked about. It's about the data. It's about the decisioning. It's about harnessing that strategic framework and that control with a business level adamant control framework, because we want to understand if we invest in something, here's the timeline, here's the expected ROI. Did we resources it? What did we do right? Where do we need to improve? And what new decisions do we need to make? Do we have a scorecard? Do we have a dashboard? Are we monitoring that? Did we put in place the metrics and the measurements, the OKRs and the KPIs to be able to help our leadership or ourselves continue to make the right strategic investment to expand our portfolio and scale exponentially, right? And so that's about investing in our people, investing in our processes, investing in our technologies. I know that you hear a lot about that three-legged stool, but we need to balance that, right? All technology, no process, no people isn't going to get you the scaled results. It's going to get you faster and more innovative technology, but how are you going to optimize if you don't have the process? How are you going to optimize if you don't have the people who can really harness that technology to help you scale, right? So we need to balance our strategic investments across those three different areas because we want to streamline operations. We want to enhance our customer experience and we want to gain a competitive edge. And so that comes through harnessing those three pieces, legs of the stool, in some ratio that's most applicable to our business model. And then last and not least is commitment and perseverance, right? So we just see all of these are really integrated in an infinity cycle, right? So commitment and perseverance is going to drive your ability to plan strategically, build resilience and flexibility. It's going to enable you to strengthen your IQ, which in turn is going to support innovation and adaptation because it's going to build resilience and flexibility and enhance your strategic investment making, which is going to help you plan more strategically, which is then, looking at success. Where are you going? So really, if we just think about it, if we look at our business in comparison to the stock market, right? If we look at how do they gauge overs, unders, rate of return, etc., compared to. So are you doing something similar for your business so that you have the data, you have the trends, you're understanding what is the strategic investments that you make, and how does that affect your ROI for any given time period? It's a sliding window, right? We need to understand, hey, from time clock tick 1 to 2, I invested in people. 2 to 3, I invested in process. 3 to 4, I invested in technology. Oh, and then we changed our business model. And then we got new customers. Oh, then we build new partnerships. So then we changed our business model, et cetera, right? So we need to understand what is the impact that those changes, the innovation and adaptations are that we're making both to our portfolio and to our organizations and to our partnerships and relationships that's going to enable us to scale. Sometimes it's a little hard to see if we're not doing that trend analysis. So to harness the data, harness the AI, ask it, right? How else can I be repackaging this portfolio for maximum results? What other products and service can I be offering in parallel that will enable us to scale 2x or 5x or 10x, whatever that looks like for you. But it's really this set of focus on these 6 areas that's going to help you really move further faster. Again, this is Dr. Rhonda Farrell, the CEO of Global Innovation Strategies and the Success Strategist, bringing you today the 16 tips to becoming a more successful entrepreneur and leader. We so hope that this information has been of value and will positively impact your business, your teams, your leaders, and your clients and customers around the globe. Please don't hesitate to reach out to us at advisor1@successstrategist.com. You can reach us at www.successstrategist.com. Again, Dr. Rhonda Farrell signing off today and wishing you and your business a highly successful week.